Hello and welcome back to our Jewel Diaries. I'm your host Reena and I'm thrilled to have you here today. So today we are going to explore something that is not only practical but also very useful in everyday conversations. That is how to discuss a news article in English. Now let's start with a simple thought. Imagine this. You are sitting with your friends, or maybe you are in a meeting with colleagues, and someone brings up the latest headline. If you know how to discuss a news article clearly, you will feel more confident, more fluent, and more connected to the people around you. That's why this skill is so powerful. So, how do we go about it? Let me guide you step by step. First, when we discuss a news article, we usually start with the source and the topic. For example, you might say, I was reading an article in the Times about climate change, or I came across a piece on BBC News about a new medical discovery. The first step sets the scene. It tells your listener what the article is about and where it came from. Simple, right? The second step is to summarize the main idea. But here is the secret, you don't need to include every tiny detail. Instead, you focus on the key point. Let's try an example. Suppose the article is about renewable energy. You might say the article explained how more countries are shifting to solar and wind power to reduce pollution. That's a short, clear, and easy to follow. Now, once you have shared the summary, it's time for the third step, adding details or interesting facts. This is where you make the discussion engaging. For example, one surprising thing I learned from the article was that by 2030, some nations aim to use only renewable energy sources. Do you see how that extra detail makes the conversation richer? It gives your listener something to react to. Next comes the fourth step, sharing your opinion. This is what makes the discussion personal. You can say things like, I think this is a positive step because it shows how serious government are about the environment. Or, in my opinion, it will be challenging to achieve, but it's worth trying. Adding your viewpoint not only shows your critical thinking but also keeps the conversation alive. And finally, the fifth step is inviting others to join in. You can ask, what do you think about this? Or, have you read anything similar? This turns your one sided explanation into a real discussion. Now let's put this together in a storytelling example. Imagine you are talking with a friend. Hey, I was reading an article in the Times yesterday about artificial intelligence in education. It said that schools are starting to use AI tools to personalize learning for students. One thing that caught my attention was how some students actually learn faster with AI support. I think it's quite exciting because it could change the future of education. What's your take on this? See how natural that sounds? It flows like conversation, not like a lecture. So, to recap our steps, mention the source and topic, summarize the main idea, add one or two interesting details. Share your opinion. Invite others to join the discussion. If you practice these steps, you will never feel stuck when someone asks, have you read the news? Instead, you will have the confidence to share, discuss, and even debate ideas fluently. Before I wrap up, let me give you a little challenge. Tonight, pick one news article, any topic that interests you, read it, when practice summarizing it in just two or three sentences. After that, add your opinion just like we practiced. You will see how quickly your fluency and confidence improve. Remember, learning English is not just about grammar or vocabulary, it's also about expressing yourself, sharing ideas, and connecting with others. Discussing a new article is one of the best ways to practice all three at the same time. That's all for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you will try this exercise with a real article today. Until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep shining in your English journey.